Devin, I require something. I need that panda bush from episode 4 of the One Piece live action. I've decided that even though it wasn't Panda Man, that it looks too goddamn cool and I want it. Please fetch for me.
That's valid. I'll see what I can do. Hold on.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to go get my trimmers now.
Okay.
That thing,
so I
you're
couldn't
back
find
already.
the bush.
What are you doing?
But I got another good thing.
What?
You're coming with me. Get in here.
No, what?
Devin, that's a person.
You said panda.
I mean, you're not wrong, but there was a bush at the end of it, like Panda Bush.
I'm clearly not a bush.
I agree. You're clearly not a bush. Devin, why do you have this clearly not a bush person?
Well, I got the half of it. All right. I got the panda part. Now I just need to go find a bush.
That's a human. That's not even a panda. It's neither panda nor bush.
I do beg to disagree. I am a panda.
Huh?
A panda.
See?
A panda.
Are you like one of those furry people? Is that what's happening here?
I mean, sure, let's go with that. Panda woman at your service or something?
Panda. Why didn't you just lead with that? Where's Panda Man?
How did I capture you?
You caught me at a bad time. I was I was hungry and I couldn't find anything to eat.
That's fair. That explains the taco salad on the ceiling.
Wait, that's different. We can have that discussion. Well, since you're here, hey, you want to talk about One Piece with us?
Oh boy, do I.
All
Yay!
right. So, since you're here, we're with this lovely episode of One Piece with a Lime, where we watched the 7th episode of the live action titled "The Girl with the Sawfish Tattoo." Good title.
Any similarity to any other popular media is totally coincidental.
What? Nah.
No.
Surely not.
No.
All right. So before we go any farther, I'm gonna read this here summary thing. As Luffy stares wistfully towards the ocean and two boneheads argue over whether Nami is a good person or not, we get to experience the tense and tear-jerking backstory behind our beloved navigator. Having grown up with very little money in an already poor village, we see a young Nami engrossed in an atlas, having found her passion for the maps of the world, as well as her passion for taking what she wants. However, tragedy strikes as the village is raided by none other than Arlong and his band of fearsome fisherman warriors. Demanding tribute from the villagers, Arlong rolls up to the house where Nami lives with her mother Bellemere and sister Nojiko. Having no money to pay for all of them, though, Bellemere offers her own life for that of her adopted daughters in hopes they will still have the opportunity to live full lives. Thus, spawns an arduous journey of many years as Nami cheats, lies, and steals her way to an exorbitant amount of money, all in the hope that the fishman responsible for her mother's death will uphold his end of a bargain. In the present day, the Straw Hat crew is split on whether they should abandon Nami or try to help her despite her telling them to mind their own damn business. Luffy, being the charismatic protagonist he is, convinces his friends that there is indeed something wrong. The two halves of the story reconvene with Nami collapsed in the middle of the road, stabbing the insignia of the Arlong pirates inked across her shoulder, and Luffy stopping her in the act. 3 words eventually escape Nami's lips, and they are all our rubber boy needed to hear. Luffy, help me. Now, this is your weekly reminder that if this is your first time diving into the series, though, don't worry, we will not spoil anything past this season of the adaptation. Though we may drop a few names or locations, fret not. Any future events will remain a glorious mystery to you should you choose to continue on this path. And once again, as a bonus for this set of episodes, we have a different guest for each of our recordings, meaning we get a nice variety of opinions, which should provide a much needed insight to the overall One Piece community. With that being said, let's introduce this week's guest. Give it up for the human ambassador for one of the cutest endangered species of animals out there. So engrossed in their culture of those she represents, she legally changed her name just to reflect her dedication to the cause. Please tell me, Panda, how's it hanging this fine evening?
Better now that you've acknowledged I'm not a bush, apparently.
So it would seem. Although, Devin, I'm still going to need that at some point. So,
give me at least 3 to 8 business weeks.
Oh, jeez. Okay, you're one of those.
Weeks?
Yeah, business world is pretty tough out there. The economy's in shambles.
Yikes.
You know what? I'm just gonna trust them. I don't know anything about business.
I have a degree.
But not in business.
No, in my business. Just counting.
Like accounting.
Yeah,
Do you actually?
I do actually.
Oh, I have art degrees.
You get paid in exposure.
I never want to hear those words come out of your mouth again. This is your only warning.
Gomen asai. Gomen. Panda chan. Gomen. Please forgive me. I don't know how to say that in Japanese.
I don't remember.
Oh, you know Japanese?
No, not really.
Kind of. At one point in your life.
I
only speak Weebanese.
At a 490 some day streak on Duolingo for Japanese.
Nice. Like currently, or
yeah.
That's. Oh, okay. Shit.
Damn, I didn't know we were with a professional.
Well, she
Panda desu.
she did the thing or a thing. All right.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's great. It's great. This is how these things always go, where we just kind of awkwardly interact for a few minutes because it's the first time we've really talked to you in length. So hey, we're talking about episode 7 of the live action with our friend Panda.
Hey.
How to open this up? How have you been enjoying the live action up to this point? We're 7 out of 8 episodes deep. How are you feeling?
Honestly, it's a mixed bag. I definitely going into it. For one, I'd seen one of the trailers, like the main trailer, and I'd seen a lot of progress shots up to it. So I knew it was kind of looking better than I expected it to when I originally heard it announced years ago. So in general, it was just kind of I went into it with my hopes high, but expectations low.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's kind of met in the middle. I know
solid meh, and if I do say so.
I think it's above meh. It's on the more positive side overall. It's eye. It's it's in the eye. So,
okay.
I guess one thing that everyone mentions that I'll go ahead and mention now too, the set design. These sets are crazy. They're so good.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
These set designers went off. They're you say we get to do this thing based on a pirate anime, so we get to do all this whack shit? Count me in.
What if I take the budget from Pirates of the Caribbean, but then make it silly?
I was going to say, one of the designers was like, yo, I got a guy who worked on Pirates of the Caribbean 10 years ago. We can call him up and get hooked up fatty style with some stuff, you know?
They got spare boat parts.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, surely.
What if we learned one day that the Mary was just a bunch of broken down ships that they used on Pirates of the Caribbean sets or something like that?
Oh god,
that'd be amazing.
I might cry. Mary deserves more than that.
Johnny Depp touched these boards.
I would love to see one even better, which is what if in the background Johnny Depp shows up and he's in Jack Sparrow's outfit just hanging out in the background?
That'd be amazing.
Right?
He's just a random pirate from
just a random drunk pirate walking around lost, holding a compass.
What if he became the Panda Man of the show?
That's what I mean.
Instead of Panda Man showing up at random intervals, it's Captain Jack Sparrow just randomly popping up in a frame or two.
That would be the best.
That'd be
thing.
awesome.
It would be kind of good, yeah.
Okay, so
doing a silly little run.
I want to, because neither myself or Devin were on last week's episode where they talked about 5 and 6, and you weren't either.
Nope.
I don't want to spend too much time because this is the episode 7 episode, but briefly, the Sanji arc. Devin, what did you think? I want to know what you thought first.
I'm actually impressed that it wasn't in the manga that he ate his foot.
It was.
Right. I loved that.
Me too.
Fuck yeah.
That was awesome.
They followed it perfect. It was weird seeing Arlong and them being at the Barate and not seeing Don Krieg.
A little.
But at the same time, it's I still got to see the cool scene of the ship being sliced in half.
And you got to see your boy Krieg also. He got one tapped, but he was there.
Right? it's almost like it's like they took the Spark Notes and just used that as the script for the storyline.
But it still turned out good.
But it's still, but it's like it's a success story. It's like it's like the kid who copied the homework but made it slightly different.
Yes, and he not only did he make it different, he made it better.
Got a better score than you.
Yeah, he did it better than you. That asshole. I can't tell you how excited I was when we got to the part where they washed up on the rock and Sanji was walking up on Redfoot Zeph, and Zeph had both of his feet, and I was like, oh my god, did they really?
Yeah,
they really
I know.
went
That's
and
what I was
did
like. Oh no.
I was so happy.
My pickle lore.
The pickle lore. No. That's true. The pickle leg can't exist in this universe because
it doesn't exist.
He ate it.
We know. Yeah.
Damn. That's
we
depressing.
can pickle the
actually.
other one.
You know what? Never mind. I hate this. This is the worst timeline.
I will say, I don't remember exactly about the eating the leg in the manga, but I think it was just like implied rather than explicitly said.
Yeah, it was very implied. This one, it was just like apparent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he literally, Sanji went, Did you eat your fucking leg, old man? And he was like,
yeah.
I didn't even have any salt though.
Oh.
No, oregano.
All those, oregano. Oregano's for animals.
Savages.
I love the instead of a shotgun belt that he had around his chest, he had
the bandolier.
He had spices instead.
Rack.
Yeah,
you know what? That actually gave me ideas. Like, shit, that makes a lot of sense. Like, why don't they do that?
Right. Like cooks, like real cooks. Why don't they do that?
Wouldn't you rather go to a restaurant where you could see the cooks holding having bandoliers of fucking spices?
Yeah, and they've got green bandanas and face paint on too. They're just commandos.
I'd eat the hell out of there.
Okay. But what are your other thoughts on the arc though, Panda?
Sanji. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I if you have other things too, you can.
I have just one more other thing, which is Sanji is ripped beyond belief.
Oh my god.
What is it?
That man has no right to be that shredded. Like, I was expecting Zoro to look
He's
like
more
that.
Shredded than Zoro.
Yeah, he is. And I'm like,
which is kind of criminal.
This is wrong. Like,
does Zoro even have a shirtless scene up to this point? He doesn't, right?
Technically, he has a shirtless scene where he has a big gash in his chest.
Yeah, I don't count that. That doesn't count. That's not fan service. Shirtless.
So that's kind of gross how they healed him. I'm gonna put fish skin.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's actually medically true or not.
Oh.
So to me, I'm just like, that's an infection.
Yeah. Sanji had no business being so ripped. I agree.
Yeah.
What do you got, Panda?
Well, my biggest thing I think in the Sanji arc is my favorite fights in the live action so far are in the Sanji arc. Because I think like Sanji's fighting style, like it just seemed really fluid when he was doing all of his shit. And then, pardon my language, and then the Mihawk fight, like again, clearly choreographed. A lot of the sword fights or big fight scenes seem clearly choreographed, but I liked the impact of the Mihawk scene, but specifically Sanji, like it just felt more fluid with Sanji's actor and like his fighting style.
Right.
I have to beg to differ.
Well,
weirdly enough,
I'm not a martial arts fan.
No. It has nothing to do with the martial arts. What it comes down to is I like Zoro's fight more so because in the Sanji fight, you could see where he was on, like, there's types of riggings that they use for, like those, like, really high jumps and everything like that, like the acrobatic stuff.
Yeah.
And you could see when he was being lifted. And for me, like, I would have much preferred seeing him use actual, like, what's it called? Taekwondo or, like those kind of kicks and like more fluid of that versus suspending my disbelief while using the rigs to make him jump super high in the air and kick guys across the restaurant.
Yeah.
But overall, it was still good. Like,
yeah.
I still thought it was interesting, like seeing how their taste on it. Now, I also have to agree, he does need the curly eyebrow. Where, like, they even put it on his little stand. They put it on his pirate, like, intro thing, but they didn't give him it. What are they doing?
They thought it would be enough.
Right?
It wasn't.
Like, it was not. Like, you can't distract me with his abs. I'm sorry.
They tried.
They tried, but it's...
So just to quickly give my own thoughts, unless you have something else, Panda, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I was literally just going to say his abs can't distract you quite as well as Helmeppo's abs.
Or his haircut. Helmeppo's haircut is hypnotizing.
Wait, hold up. Helmeppo. Why am I blanking on...
Kobe.
The blonde guy who you
The
saw.
blonde guy with Kobe.
Yeah.
The guy who you saw his whole ass while he was
Whole
dancing around
ass.
naked with Zoro's Swato Ichimonji.
Nope, I can't forget that now. Nope. That's stained.
Also, Luffy saying, I've got to get his water itchy monkey ready. Or whatever he said.
I think he said it right, didn't he?
No, like I
No?
watch everything with subtitles on just because I feel like I have auditory processing issues and I'm gonna blame ADHD.
Fair play.
But I have subtitles on and he said like water itchy monkey. Like that was what the subtitle said.
He thought it was his long lost brother, the sword.
Yeah, that was so fucking funny.
Interesting.
Pardon my
with his I'll call it accent or the way that the actor speaks, it really sounded to me like he had said it correctly as the Wado Ichimonji. But I mean, it makes more sense for Luffy to just spout some nonsense. So I guess I should have expected that to be the truth.
Yeah.
I'm more surprised that he knows the name.
Yeah.
I think he heard Zoro say it once, like during that fight, right? Maybe, or I don't know. There was at least one point where he says the name.
That's the part where I was confused because I was like, "Wait, when did he ever say it?"
There was definitely a point where he says it.
I mean,
no, I feel like it was on screen.
Flashback.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I remember it doesn't count because Luffy wasn't there. First of all,
yeah,
but,
exactly.
I don't know. I feel like there was at some point where he mentioned it in the present day. But either way, I'm going to move us away from episode 7 by just saying that. Or episodes 5 and 6, rather, by just saying that I think they actually did a really good job with Sanji's goodbye scene. Also,
yeah.
I think it not only other than the groveling on the ground, because in the anime he gets all the way on the ground and prostrates himself before Zeph, but in this I think it's just as good, especially for the kind of character that Sanji is.
Yeah.
Right. But for the type of Sanji that they're making for this live action, I think it would make way less sense for him to get on his hands and knees before Zeph and thank him and everything. This way was perfect just the way it was.
Oh yeah. I agree. Like it's actually surprising it's like the changes that they're doing in this, they're subtle, but they still captivate like the same feelings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Like, and that's why I love it. At least they're hitting the points and they're hitting those feelings that are.
Yeah.
That's the most important part, I feel like, when it comes to these episodes.
All right. But on to.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
Yep.
This time I'm gonna double down on it.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm not. We are here. We have converged on this day to talk at length or more length about episode 7. So, Panda, I want your thoughts first on this one.
This episode specifically?
7, yeah, episode 7 that we are technically supposed to be talking about this week. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
So, we didn't spend 20 minutes talking about the previous 2 episodes. It's fine.
Yeah, totally not.
No.
So overall, I do think it was a pretty good adaptation. There was a lot of good stuff in it, but like the fact that it opens with the there once was a girl with tangerine hair, so might be stranded somewhere.
That was great.
God bless Buggy. I never thought I'd have those words escape my mouth, but God bless Buggy in this.
Brendan would be so proud.
I'm actually impressed of like how they're able to keep him in continued in the story.
Yeah, no, literally. I have. If you hear paper flipping, I'm sorry, but I have like notes.
She's got pages.
Yeah,
my God,
and like
notes.
Multiple times, I'm just like Buggy, why? And then like, where is it? I have one spot that's just like, why the F is Buggy so good even as a disembodied head? LOL. Like, they just did.
Well, we see his body also.
Yeah.
In the
yeah,
art.
we
Well,
did.
yeah, we do. But he spends most of the good parts are when he's just ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
fact,
like-
all of the good parts.
Overall, I definitely think though this episode was a pretty good adaptation, pretty good lead-in to what's coming next. Because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
there are some things that I feel like weren't so great,
Not
but
enough houses flipped upside down.
Well, there was only the one.
there was
That's
only
accurate.
one. But
Also, they small houses. Why?
Well, they're poor. They really doubled down on this village
They
being
really
dirt poor this
did.
time.
Like, they don't even have full walls.
No.
Like,
I don't even
they're just
think
like,
they
it's
have.
open concept.
They didn't even have full walls back in Windmill Village, like the bar.
Yeah, that might be true too, because clearly this is a hotter island. This island clearly runs hot, like Florida. They got the tangerines. Florida's got
Mhm.
oranges. Oh my God, this island's just Florida.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
god, the Grand Line is just Florida. That
I
makes so
can't
much
believe
more
it's
sense.
the Florida
They
Keys.
even have crocodiles.
Holy shit, everything's coming together.
But
Oh god, and then Alabasta is just Arizona.
I love their iced tea.
And the mountain that is the god.
Is it just the Rockies?
Yeah,
They got cores up there.
that's where Silicon Valley is. Oh my god. It's all coming together.
Right.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna-
cry.
I'm gonna march us away from that.
Yeah.
that
Yep,
that
please,
now.
please do. What did you think of the episode overall?
I thought they were good, or it was good rather. I watched them all in one sitting, so there'll be a
Same.
few theirs here and there.
I literally just watched episode 5 through 7 tonight, so
mhm.
Hey, same here.
Yeah, Panda was telling me all about her trials through getting these episodes done before 5 minutes we recorded.
you can't see me, but I'm smiling really awkwardly. Listen, Baldur's Gate 3 has my entire ass right now.
Say no
Also,
more.
you're the one that
Say
was
no more.
Yeah, here too. I can't beat the final
What-
boss.
you sounded like you had a revelation just now, though. What was that? You were about to go. You were about to go like. So you're the one. Something.
Yeah,
What was
the
that?
one that Jordy said was having an addiction
Oh.
to
Oh.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I said, "What I do?" And he goes, "Not you."
Oh. Yeah. That was her.
Is he talking
Okay.
about me? Have I
Oh,
said
yeah.
it anywhere?
I don't know. Have you had any personal interactions with Jordy in the last week or two? I don't know.
No.
Justin.
My
Well,
only
have you told Justin about it? Because if you told Justin about it, he definitely told somebody else about it.
Yeah, if I told Justin, let me check.
Yeah. Have you heard this man not
Let's expose
keep
Justin on live.
keep a secret? Boy spoils everything.
Put Justin on blast. While she does that, though, I'll just talk about One Piece real quick. I think the episode was pretty good. I liked the direction that they took most of the stuff and what they kept, especially the ideas behind, what happens with Arlong Park. Arlong Park, I love that they gave us more detail to it. Like we see more Arlong Park than
it
just
was
the
interesting.
pool that we saw in the first one.
Right, yeah.
They
Although-
really doubled down on the park part.
Yeah,
they
in
really
this.
did.
yeah, that's
Which-
actually in my notes too.
Which I think is great because they did the same thing with Buggy and having the whole circus tent set up instead of just having rated up.
Rooftop.
Yeah, instead of a rooftop that they rated in this town, So I think the touch of Arlong Park being half actual amusement park is pretty fun. Because then we also got to see Buggy strung up like a prize you could win at one of the booths. It was great. Panda has confirmed that she did in fact tell Justin about Baldur's Gate. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had told Jordy at some point for some reason. I don't know.
I told him that on Tuesday, and on Tuesday I still had to watch episodes 2 through 7.
That's awesome.
And I said I'll do it if I can pull myself out of the Baldur's Gate sauce. Anyway,
The shit's like
Welcome to the
gravy,
Baldur's
it's thick.
cast, everybody.
yeah, but you were on the Arlong Park theme park imagery. I definitely agree there. They definitely went the whole park, and it was kind of jarring to me because I didn't expect it.
I agree.
And
I was
like,
also expecting a bigger building for
Yeah.
him to be hiding out in, but that would have been
I
expensive.
think they go to that building though. Like you kind of
Yeah.
see it in the background. There's a point where you see the front sign or a sign that says Arlong Park, and behind it is a building that presumably they go into when, well, A, that's where Nami's room is, and we see that, but also B, where they have the meeting with Nezumi. Thank you. I couldn't remember his real name.
Hold up. Now that we're talking about the mouse guy, I kind of want that coat.
Did he have a different coat?
He had no. I mean, it was just like a hoodie coat with a hat in it. Like,
Yeah,
it was built into the coat.
Yeah,
That is sick.
I'm pretty sure he has that in the anime too.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
but
just
like
looks different in
now it's
live action.
now it's a physical, tangible thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have
I
to
want it.
point out the exact words I wrote in my notes about him when he showed
Uh-oh.
up were also his shitty fake ass bear ears. They're so, quote, I bought my cosplay on Amazon.
Oh, that's weird. That's how I feel about Garp, and people gave me shit for it.
I saw that hat today and I was like, oh, yeah, he was right. He was right. The episode was funky.
No. See, Garp's hat, his cosplay was bought on Wish. It wasn't bought on Amazon.
That might be true. That might be more accurate.
Fuck that hat. I want the full dog mouth.
What else? I think it's criminal. Unless he pops up in the final episode, but I think it's criminal
That Hachi hasn't made an appearance.
that we haven't had Hachi, and then by proxy, a certain cow flavored
I agree.
Sea King.
Where is Momu?
There's still another
demand
episode.
Momu.
I'm crossing all of my fingers and toes that they'll make an appearance. Hachi has to make an appearance, but if Momu also doesn't make an appearance, I'm going to be very upset.
Like, if they don't have Hachi, I don't know how they do anything later.
Yeah.
Way later on.
If they have any plans for the future of the show, Hachi has to be there. I
Which
mean,
they do, don't they? Wasn't season 2 confirmed this week?
Yeah,
season
it is.
2 is confirmed. Granted, we don't know how far they're going to try and get with season 2.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
so Hachi may or may not show up
I mean,
if he shows up in this season in the first place.
they definitely
But at the
wouldn't
same
get to
time, could you
Sabaody.
imagine them? Could you imagine the animation budget for Hachi though?
Yeah.
I would.
Just for him, not even counting Momu.
Well, Momu would be CG.
Well, right, but Hachi's arms.
Well, let's not go too much into who Hachi is, just on account of maybe it hasn't happened. So
Fair.
Yeah.
We are
just-
jumping the gun.
we're
on it.
jumping the gun a little bit. We're minor spoiler territory there. So we'll just leave it at we hope Hachi shows up.
We hope Hachi shows up
Now,
with the pot.
There's another thing I also wanted to bring up, which is I love the what's it called? Special or not special effects, but the outfit designs, like the actual making of the fishmen.
Yeah.
How each one is like unique. That must have been hard.
Yeah.
and you like it.
Oh, I think it looks great.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I feel like I had this preconceived notion that you would probably hate the way the fisherman looked. I don't know why. I just kind of...
Because he
it's-
usually does.
He
Yeah.
generally does hate. I accept that part of Devin wholeheartedly at this point anyway, that nothing should surprise me if he hates it in One Piece as a whole. But I don't know.
Exactly.
The fishman looks felt like low-hanging fruit that I'm willing to bet a lot of people don't dislike about it.
Yeah.
It's jarring. Like Arlong, I don't like Arlong's nose. It needs to be way longer and stabbier. But
kinda agree.
I still want to give the credit to the people who made it. Like they did really good work on it. And like that one dude who spits water really far and everything. Like
Chew.
yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah. And I love the fact that it makes me want to do that because it looks like
I mean, it's kind of doing its job.
yeah, it's doing its job. He looks like he can say bubble gum very funny. Like
Okay.
All right.
he got the lips for it.
He do be having some luscious lips. That is true. He did in the show too. I'm glad that carried
Right.
over.
That's kind of his thing.
Exactly.
It is a little bit his thing.
And I'm glad that they kept it.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I always love giving credit to people like the people who make like prosthetic, makeup and everything like that, because like I feel like it's underused or underutilized in most modern films. Like most of the time they just resort to put on green suit, pretend you're a fish. This is like, I'm gonna make you a fish and you're gonna fucking like it.
Yeah.
Like,
And like
that's what I love.
to make
I love seeing that.
like
I'm sorry.
prosthetics. How do you say that? To make them that like good, it's like time consuming. It's hard. So like I really appreciate that they went through the work for that.
Exactly. Like I want to know how they did Arlong's teeth. Like that blows me away that they were able to make all his teeth like, you know, look like they're all sharp teeth, and how he's able to still talk with those things in his mouth. Like that must be so uncomfortable for the actor to be able to talk with those teeth in there, because they're not like, you know, like those like vampire teeth you buy from, you know, what's it called? They're like those are glued in.
They're choppers.
Yeah.
they were specifically made for his set of teeth.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think it's awesome.
So to pivot slightly, I just want to focus on Nami's backstory this for a few minutes here, because I think I'm not gonna lie, somehow I don't really know how to put my finger on it, but I felt slightly disappointed in the way they went about it. Maybe, I don't know.
It was kind of underwhelming of how they did. Why am I blanking on her name?
Bellamere.
Thank you. I know it was like it's going to start with the B or something like that, but like I was kind of disappointed how they didn't show it.
Show
and also getting blasted.
Oh,
like they off-screen shot her.
Sure. Which is weird because the first episode we cut a guy in half.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Show a mom getting shot.
I mean, she wasn't fully off screen. It zoomed in on Nami and Nojiko standing behind her, but it showed her back when you heard the gunshot, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Listen.
This sounds like copium.
All I'm saying is I want to see the entry and exit wounds. That's it.
I want to see that. I want to see.
We watched Zoro cut a guy.
Package.
Yeah, default to Zoro cut a guy in half in the first episode here. Like, and we did the whole sliding off thing. The guy didn't realize he'd been cut yet. He slid in half, and that was the end of it. I feel like we could have got. Maybe they just didn't want to like fake traumatize two small girls, even though, you know, canonically they watched it, so why can't we? But
speaking of the children, like it was funny because, like, you know, before we talked about, like, you know, like Usopp, young Usopp and young Luffy, and how like we kind of don't like them. I actually like, it's like they're getting better with the child actors as they go on in the show.
Yeah,
like,
I can get behind that. I we didn't talk about it, but Sanji's was good too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, his was great.
I really liked Nami and Nojiko.
Oh yeah, it's just great that they're like, it's funny how they're keeping like some things like very specific, like the color of their hair.
Right, it's kind of a must. You know,
yeah, it's like a must thing, but like everything else has changed it a little bit. It's fine.
Still not great, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Right.
I made a note on one of the wigs. I thought
was it that you thought it was good? Because I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. Okay. I mean, what are you going to do? The wigs are uncomfortable as it is. How can you expect, you know, these, they were probably like 8 to 10-year-old child actresses to wear these uncomfortable things for hours on end, you know? But what are you going to do? I digress. The wigs is something I've harped on too much already anyway. So I'm not going to bother with it again.
What, you don't like Helmeppo's wig?
Well, you know, of all the ones that are in this show, all I'm saying is his is probably one of the best, actually, because it's intentionally made to be shitty.
And also because now it's mostly covered by a cadet cap.
Yes. Anytime they put a hat on somebody, it's instantly transformed. It's like it's their real hair now.
I just want to see him get his cool ass glasses.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to wait a little while for that. Spoiler for a future.
What?
But
right,
he gets glasses. Ooh.
Also, it was very surprising that they brought up Jinbei.
All right, I'm gonna have to ask you to refrain from going a little too far here.
No, that's all I'm gonna say is because they brought him up.
Well, right, they didn't name drop him, did they?
No, they did.
Did they name drop him?
Yeah, because
Panda, can you confirm? I don't remember.
I didn't catch it.
They name dropped Jinbei.
I remember them saying a fisherman was a warlord.
Okay.
I don't remember anybody saying his name.
I will say,
It
though,
was Arlong that specifically said Jinbei is a disgrace to fishmen because he gets mad about that.
Okay, I'll choose to take your word for it.
And they brought up Jinbei, and I was like, whoa.
I
And, like,
will
he started
point
going
out,
into like a monologue about how they were slaves and everything like that. Like he went all. It was during when what's it called? When he was when Arlong was trying to pay off at Nezumi.
Yeah.
I remember the scene you're talking about. I know exactly.
Yeah, it
what
was
you're
all
talking
during
about.
that, and because Nezumi was like, no, like you're not slaves anymore. You know, we even made one of you a warlord, and he goes, Jinbei is a disgrace to fishmen. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
That's exactly when.
I will point out, though, it's not like I didn't catch that part specifically, but it doesn't surprise me because in the anime, even before this part, I think it was before the Baratie, Johnny and Yosuke dropped that.
Yes.
Or Johnny did.
I forgot that they weren't even there.
I was gonna
Holy
bring this up at some point too, especially with I didn't get to last week because I wasn't on, but Johnny and Yosuke are supposed to be the ones who take care of Zoro when they bring him as they follow Nami to her island and so on, which they've changed. It's a straight up tragedy, and honestly, the show is a 0 out of 10, maybe even a -1 out of 10 for not including the two best characters of the East Blue Saga, Johnny and Yosuke.
Hey, there's still one
but-
episode left. They've got a chance.
There is a chance, but it's extremely slim. Yeah, if they don't show up, we're gonna miss the badass scene of them at Arlong Park also, where they go full bro mode.
I mean, I feel like that scene might not. Well, no, I feel like they have to go to Arlong Park actually. But since they're like attacking the village at the end of the episode,
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to be actually
that's
in
another thing.
Arlong Park.
So
Like,
this kind of leads
alluding-
into some of the stuff I didn't particularly enjoy. Less than the Nami's backstory is whatever. Although from Nami's backstory, I also missed the part where you think for half a second Bellamere actually would get the upper hand on Arlong, where she tackles him, gets the gun in his mouth,
yeah,
Right.
but then doesn't pull the trigger, and he bites the shit out of it and breaks the gun that way instead of just anticipating her attack when he opens the door and knocking the gun out of her hand. I thought that was kind of lame, but I digress on that. I think so. I don't want to keep comparing it to the anime, but the fact that they're going to the village, it could still be good, but the walk to Arlong Park, which we kind of also get, but the walk to Arlong Park in the anime is like, it's the feature of that arc, minus the scene between Nami and Luffy directly prior.
it's like iconic.
Yes. And maybe they'll do it good, but I'm not holding out hope for
If
the other
there's
reason.
no hammer, we riot.
If there's no hammer, we riot. But this is the other reason that I kind of dislike what's happening here, is that it's all taking place at night. And
Every fight has been doing that, except for the Mihawk one.
yeah, that's true. Even in Usopp's arc, it was all nighttime. I mean, it's supposed to kind of be nighttime, but then it's supposed to lead into morning time. Either way,
I feel like that could be a very conscious decision on their part, just to help them hide some of the fudging with CGI in stretching or chop or
yeah.
In theory, it would make it harder, I think.
Well, I don't think so, because then they don't have to worry about lighting as much.
No, you have to worry about it even more at night because of like how light reflects. Like during the daytime, you can make the excuse, like they have been, like when Luffy, stretches and bounces the cannonball. But when you do it at night, it's a lot harder.
I think that's a bad example. I think of all the times Luffy has used his power, the balloon was like objectively the worst
one.
time.
You're right.
It was like
It was
objectively the
what?
worst instance of his power.
the
But,
way
like,
he inflated was weird.
It was very almost body horror the way they kind of did it, where you can almost hear the cracking of his ribs as he expands or something like that.
To be fair, Luffy is an object of body
Yeah.
horror. Same with Buggy.
Before we get too far away from it, though, I want to make
Sorry.
one other point about nighttime being a problem, and that's the scene right after Nami or Luffy puts the hat on Nami, screams, which I'll also talk about.
Yeah.
But I think when directly after that, Luffy walks up to the boys are chilling in album cover mode, but it's so goddamn dark that you can almost not see anything. I feel like it's extremely disappointing. Like Zoro's sitting on the rock off to the left, Sanji's sitting there leaning up against another thing, and Usopp is cross-legged behind a rock but because he's behind a rock and it's also nighttime, he's cast in shadows. You can barely see any of them. It frustrated me. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree. It's frustrating
because it's such a cool screenshot.
How Netflix does. I've noticed it. It's how Netflix does. Like they prefer like night scenes for some reason. Like they like making everything like darker than. I mean, literally darker.
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating. Do I hate it necessarily?
I think it detracts though. Like it does. It detracts.
This scene specifically, yeah.
Yes, with kind of the rest of it, and we'll see how the village fight plays out because it's engulfed in flames. But
yeah,
or if we even get there, maybe we'll end up in Arlong Park. Maybe we'll have the sun actually rise on this day, just so that we can get some natural lighting up in this bitch. You know, like.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna bring up. Another thing I wanted to talk about, which is the difference with Nami and her tattoo. When she stabs her arm versus just clawing at it with her fingernails.
Well, she stabs her arm in the anime, too.
I thought she clawed it like she dug her fingernails.
No, she takes a knife to it.
She does both. Like, it was almost exactly the same.
This is
like,
pretty much one-to-one.
She claws it first, and then she digs out the dagger and stabs it.
No, yeah, that was... Just seeing her do that, like that, I loved that scene. And then obviously the follow up to it. Oh, I still love that scene.
Oh, of course.
Now, like, speaking of Nami, like, I just want to bring up, because we haven't talked about the map room, except for mentioning that it's there and seems pretty big.
It's really big.
Yeah.
It's a little too big.
It's a lot bigger than the anime. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has like an attic room in the anime.
Like,
she has like a closet.
Yeah.
It's a glorified, like,
it's just
expanded
like home
office. And this one is like, this is where all maps are made.
Yeah. Every map that's ever been made has been made in this room.
But there was like specifically that first time near the beginning of the episode when she entered the map room, like right after gambling with the other fishmen and stuff.
It was so barren.
Yeah. But
it was very empty. It was weird.
Yeah. It was like, it's such a weird focus to just have a drafting table in the very center of this like sloped down, like almost amphitheater like room, but smaller. But the music in that park, because outside it's like I wrote somewhere in my notes, it's Arlong Park is basically just like shitty music and spring break dancing.
Yeah, Florida.
Honestly, yeah, it's Florida.
It is. And but like it literally like does like I don't know how to say it. It's like sad horns as the music fades and goes into something somber and more mysterious as she enters the map room. Like it straight up does the like wow wow.
It's just a trombone.
Like not exactly like that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, Mario fell off the world again, and now he has to reset. Dun, 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 dun,
and I thought that was just like a really good touch, like knowing like we do what her backstory is and what her relationship with that room is.
Yeah, and the focus on the chains that are mounted to the floor right behind her desk that clearly she was attached to for who knows how long, and especially in her youth, as he sort of
at least 7 days.
Sure. As he leaves her there to make maps before letting her out, so if he can quote unquote trust her to not run away. And, clearly there's an implication that eventually she has no intentions of it because she knows that Arlong could just rampage on the village if she doesn't.
Yeah.
Like we get that scene when it might even be the same scene right after that or in that room where Arlong proclaims like, I didn't think I'd see you again, to be honest with you. And she's like, well, of course I came back. We had a deal. And we learn later that the deal is 100 million berries for the freedom of the village. And it's kind of chilling almost.
Oh yeah.
Especially the guy who plays Arlong also, like Arlong might not physically look excellent, but the guy who plays Arlong does a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, he's so good.
It's like every single time we get a new villain, like they keep doing better.
Good.
And that's what I like. Like it's interesting how like I recommended this to my yeah.
You One Piece recommending things?
And she liked it more than the anime.
I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Wait, who'd you
She
recommend
watched-
it to? Was it your girlfriend?
No, my mother.
Oh, your mother. Well, you watched a couple episodes with her, didn't you?
I watched 2 with her.
Right.
She just happened to sit along for it. But
And
then she
but she
went and
finished it.
watched it all.
Damn.
And then she, I told her, I was like, oh, if you like it, check out the anime. She hates the anime.
Well, that sounds like she's got. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. Then
not at all.
For her, side note, for her, she just doesn't like the excessive reactions.
that's fair.
Yeah. Which I told her, I was like, that's fair. Like the big eyes, wide mouth looks, like the shock, like that. She doesn't care for that. She likes the story. She doesn't care for that.
As it goes
True.
on, that stuff does lessen, but it takes a while.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot, I had another thing I was gonna say, okay. So this could technically maybe fall into the realm of quotes, but it's also important in Nami's like, of course I came back. We had a deal. Because that isn't that right after she's gambling with the people, and
I believe it is. Yes.
and the one guy accuses her of cheating, and she's like, we don't lie about money on this crew.
Yeah,
which
that was
foreshadowing, but also just knowing what we know. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, which they do. They don't do it. I don't think they do it exactly that way in the anime, but they also allude to the idea that they quote unquote take money matters very seriously within the crew. So I agree. It's a very nice touch that they've continued that. And then also the idea that she says that and then pockets a pair of queens for a later gambling table. So she may say that just to be on their good side ish, but she'll also stop at nothing to make as much money as she can because she has no allegiance to these fishmen at the end of the day. There was okay, I remembered. Switching gears slightly, we get some quick flashes to Garp, and I hope I'm not mixing up episodes, but Garp at the Baratier. I'm pretty sure this is episode 7.
Yeah, it is, because I have
There
written
is.
down Zeph and Garp drinking buddies, telling tales, but
Absolutely.
stories.
Oh, it was very one-sided telling of
Yeah.
stories though, because Zeph is just trying to buy time, I guess,
Yeah.
or distract Garp from the question he's been trying to ask for what it was probably 3 hours.
Yeah.
But then also continually, Garp is a fantastic character. He only continues to build up as a fantastic character as the show goes on. But I've also really been enjoying the kind of deeper dive that they've been giving Kobe's character as well.
Yeah,
I just
like that
his
internal
moral
struggle.
dilemmas and stuff.
Yeah, these we're getting a lot more of these moral dilemmas that they're setting up will become this integral part of his character going forward, and I'm sure they'll explore it further in in season 2. But I like these little glimpses of him starting to, earlier in, I don't think it was the same episode. I think it was in the Sanji arc episodes, but Garp offers him a glass of whiskey at a certain point, and he's reluctant to take it, or he takes it but doesn't drink it, and then walks away after their conversation. But now Helmeppo buys him a shot, and he's kind of opening up to the idea that he'll need somebody else to confide in also.
To
and
be fair,
just
it was a Shirley Temple.
no,
No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say it was a shot. I'm not crazy,
Yeah.
right?
It was a shot.
Okay.
No, it was a shot.
They
I was
calls it,
doubting
like,
myself for a
the
second.
Mistral
making a
something or
joke.
other. But yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy the scene with Helmeppo and him on the rooftop together, and he is just such a nervous wreck that he downs the first shot and then orders 2 more and then ends up drinking both of those also because he tells Helmeppo Garp's secret about Luffy being his grandson. And
I mean, it's almost like they're alluding to in comparison to how can we really talk about the training arc for him?
I
Is
mean,
that
I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk about it too much.
I just want to briefly I feel like that's what it's alluding to is that bonding moment between Helmeppo and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Because
it's like they're replacing the grizzled pain of training with booze.
Well, they're actually building up this friendship more than the
Yeah.
anime did, because in the anime there are points where we kind of check in with the Marines, but eventually it just gets to a point where Kobe and Helmeppo are just friends now. Apparently that happened.
Yeah.
Right.
But now we get to see these neat little interactions between them that kind of bring them closer together. And it's taking
It's
a while
slow
because
burn
they're
of a friendship.
Yes, they're very opposite types of people. So it's taking Helmeppo some time to get used to this reality where he's not the son of a rich person, and Kobe this reality where he has to question the moral high ground he thought the Navy stood on.
The baddies?
Yeah, are we the bad guys? So it's been nice to kind of see Kobe a little bit more than Helmeppo, but it's been nice to see them kind of adjust to their realities now and have it be on screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice
agree.
touch.
It's weird to see a live action improve upon in the subtlest ways on the original source material, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely, I can definitely see why this live action is getting such good reviews, like pretty much across the board.
Yeah, I've heard rumors of people saying it's like the end of the curse. Like this one's breaking the curse of live actions being terrible.
Which, is
And
wild
honestly,
considering the context of One Piece and how much shit they have to do. Like that this one would be the one to do it.
Like, yeah, let's step away from One Piece for half a second. First we have the awful, Dragon Ball Z all the way up to Death Note, all those serious shows where it would have been way easier to make a live action adaptation, to then go to the silliest universe in all of anime, and that is the one that does it.
Right.
What the fuck? What timeline are we in?
I'm going to attribute this one to Oda himself, to be honest with you.
Because he worked with them on it, and they
don't call him Goda for nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's the GOAT.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
Still
pretty
mad
sure
there
it
isn't a
was
goat.
the directors were determined that if there was something he wasn't satisfied with, they would redo it or not do it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because most of the time when you see these live actions or any adaptation, even of books and everything, they cut random things. So it's why would you cut that? This one, it's the stuff that they're cutting. It's that makes sense to cut out. Especially for when you think of the time management aspect of it, of we don't want to spend a whole season on just Arlong Park, right?
Yeah.
In live action, you could if you really wanted
For sure.
to, and it wouldn't be as good. It would be a lot.
I think honestly, if they were gonna make this more long form, Arlong Park probably could actually benefit from one or two more episodes than they have.
Right.
But
yeah, for sure.
Not a whole a whole 12 episode season where they arrive on. I mean, even Arlong Park in the anime isn't that long. It's probably maybe 10 episodes or something to that effect. But but I think they've condensed it down into what is probably going to end up being a good amount of content, but it probably could have been better served if they had time, budget, etc. for even one more episode. I think could have been really good for it, but
I'm also kind of glad that they didn't do because again, we haven't finished it yet, so I can't really say if it's justified or not, but I could see why they cut it still.
Sure.
There's some other things I wish I saw more pinwheel.
Yeah.
Need more pinwheel.
How'd you like those little tangerine pinwheels?
That was weird. That was weird.
I remember thinking to myself that moment where Bellamere sits down with Nami right after she stole the book, or it was right after she hit Nami, and Nami's sitting on the log or whatever. She comes over with a tangerine and she digs her thumb into a tangerine, except it looks like they just wrapped tangerine skin around a foam ball. Her thumb goes knuckle deep into this thing.
It really
did.
And there was no meat to that tangerine.
I was is this a paper
'cause the
mache
economy's in
tangerine?
shambles.
Yeah, it was clearly it was so clearly not a real tangerine or orange or whatever, because she also didn't have ugly orange children fingers afterwards either from peeling it, and also she managed to peel it in one go, which is basically impossible.
And
now you're
had
just
clear
projecting.
corners. She had clear corners.
Quite.
Those are straight lines. That pinwheel that she made, that's physically impossible.
Like she had taken. Well, not maybe it would be extremely hard with just your bare hands. I think you could probably pull it off with a knife, but she didn't have a knife.
Impossible.
Yeah. Does anybody have any? We're coming up on an hour here. Does anybody have any further closing thoughts on episode 7?
I thought it was weird when Luffy screamed the same thing over and over again at the very end, like very anime-esque, which
It was a little
I feel like-
goofy.
Yeah.
it was a little goofy. It took it away from me, like the first time where he's like, or I forgot what he said. But
Does he shout, "Of course"?
Of course I will.
Yeah.
yeah, that part. After the first one, if they just left it like that, it would have been perfect. But then they added like the two more courses and the jumping in the air. That just, I was like, okay, now we're going back to cringe.
Because like,
but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not bad. It's fine. Oh God.
in the anime, he does it like he does the "of course I will." Like the last one is the one he does in the anime, like the really loud, like
He only
boisterous
does
one.
it
Right.
once.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't mind that they did it the way they did, but like he says it 3 times,
Yeah.
and I actually really liked how he was super serious with the first one because I think
I
it
agree.
fit.
Oh yeah.
I think the first take would have, if they should have just stopped there. Because that's the kind of Luffy we've been getting the entire show.
Yep.
And I appreciate that he's enthusiastic about it, but it did just feel like too much of a relic of the anime for him to get that, top down shot, him standing, his feet are together and he just arms straight up in like a Superman pose. Of course I will. It just, I don't know. It was a little goofy. I wouldn't say it took me out of the moment because everything that happens before that between the two of them is just so goddamn good.
Yeah, that was
I just,
I agree.
I can't say enough good things about that scene, especially, between the two of them, they act out that scene phenomenally, I think. So
There's
it
another
didn't hurt me as
one
much.
I wanted to bring up. The scene between Zoro's loose body and Luffy, like where he's like, I found out the word I needed to, I've been needing to say, which is I need you. Like that was pretty good in my opinion. Like that surprised me because I didn't remember exactly how it happened in the anime, but I remembered it, being different. But like just seeing, I was like, you know what, this works.
Well,
Like,
is Zoro actually unconscious at any point?
I don't think he is.
I feel like at no point during the anime he ends up unconscious. Definitely not in this extent where they all are like talking to him, and Zeph is certainly not the one who treats him in the anime with a fish
skin.
No, I think it's Usopp because Nami's already run off with the ship. They send Usopp and the goons with Zoro to follow, and then Luffy and Sanji follow after, right? In the anime.
I think because like Zoro and I want to say Zoro and Usopp are in the boat with either Johnny or Yosuke or both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's like ship pieces everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's because we had Don Krieg and all of them, which we nixed from this show, which is fine by me. The only travesty is that we didn't get to see the live action adaptation of Pearl.
Who?
Yeah, I
don't know what you're talking about.
Pearl.
No,
the best part of the Don Krieg Pirates.
There's no
Okay, actually, this is a good thing too. Because I think it's not a huge deal, but it's slightly disappointing that we also don't get that Geen character development. So you get that little bit of, I don't even know if they say his name.
I don't think so. Actually.
If they do, in case they don't, Geen
after they feed him, he kind of just disappears.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it. So you don't get that development of Geen the entire time. So, in case they didn't in the live action, the guy who Sanji feeds, the black guy who looks like he's just escaped from prison, his name is Geen, and in the anime, they do a whole thing where it's a much more emotionally impactful scene, to be honest with you. With the whole Sanji feeding him and all that, and then there's this whole thing that develops, and Geen becomes a much more pivotal, I suppose, character to what happens on the Baratie arc, but they have decided to cut it, which is a little disappointing, but expected because they cut the Don Krieg Pirates as a whole. They give you a little bit of a flash of
literally.
Yeah, they literally cut
Mihawk cut that plot line out.
Absolutely. And that part is fine. I don't care that we lost Don Krieg. Don Krieg
is the most effective editor.
Absolutely. Does Mihawk actually have the chop fruit? Does he have the cut? Does he have Dylan's
slice,
chop,
snip?
Dylan's editing fruit. Yeah. So that's another slightly disappointing part of the Baratie arc missing, along with Johnny and Yosuke, but otherwise it was fine. It was whatever. Any other last minute thoughts before we move on to quotes?
Mihawk, right? That's it.
Me.
They brought out the little sword.
He did bring out the little sword. But then he brought out Yoru.
I will point out I really enjoyed that, like, for one, it seems like the Tangerine Grove, rather than just being Bellamir's Tangerine Grove, is in this version, like, kind of like the livelihood of the whole town. They're all tangerine farmers. So it's like
that
a
was
huge
interesting.
grove. And with that in mind, like, there's so much more space, but I found it interesting that Nami's stash was actually right next to Bellamir's grave.
Yeah, because
we didn't talk about that, about Nojiko coming across her and like getting mad. And she's like, so now you're defiling her grave after working with her killer?
Which is another difference, right? Because in the anime, Nojiko knows the whole time.
Yep. Yeah, no one knows in this one.
I think that's a bit of a miss there too, actually. I think it's much more fun. Maybe not fun. Maybe fun's the wrong word. I think it's much. I think it's much more. I don't know what the word is. Powerful. Impactful. That works too. It's more impactful that Nami went through this whole ordeal, but still confided in her sister that entire time. You know, I think there's a little bit something lost there. They kind of try to rectify it a little bit by having Nojiko just immediately switch over her side, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little something lost there too.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that.
It was a little strange, but I did like it because Nojiko at the end, she's like, and you just let me hate you all this time?
Yeah.
I mean, but it still hit good in my opinion. Like, it's different, but it still hit good, but it was different.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's still fine. It serves the purpose.
There's only one weird thing when it comes to Nojiko that I found was weird. Like, again, it's the dumbest discrepancy on the planet. You know, typical Devin. That she had a gun, right? Like, in the sense of, like, because when we first get to the island, no one's allowed to have weapons.
That's true. Not something they point out in this one. They kind of cut that part.
Yeah, blatantly.
So,
which is interesting.
It might just not be a feature of the live action. They might not have the live action Arlong might not have instituted that rule.
Right, and that's what I'm essentially, taking up with. But it's interesting. Like, when I saw her pull out the gat, and I was like, "Whoa, what?"
It's also probably Bellamir's gun.
I was about
in the first place.
That's the same thing I was going to say. I'm like, it's probably the gun Bellamir tried to kill him with.
Yeah, because it doesn't get destroyed like it does in the anime. So
yeah, it just gets knocked away.
Kind of wild, actually.
It's very wild.
Yeah. But the devastating scene of Nezumi Mouse Marine rolling up on her is still hurts.
And she's like, he'll kill the entire village. It takes off sprinting.
Yeah.
Just watching them shovel the money back into the chest. I don't care if there's dirt in that gold. Gold is gold.
Gold is gold. We'll wash it later.
But, like, still just seeing that, and, like, dang it, Nojiko?
Yep.
Nojiko.
Holding Nami back. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. It's funny because it's like, like I said before, they're capturing the emotional aspect of the show, like the certain moments, in a slightly different way, but it's, still hitting the same way.
Yeah.
And I got to give them, give this, the live action props for that. Because, like, that's the one thing I always hate about live action, is that they don't do that. They don't make you feel the same way during these moments, but these guys are.
See, like, I was most worried about the stabby tattoo thing.
Right.
And I liked it. There's not anything major that I didn't like about it. Like, it doesn't strike me as, like, perfect, but I was so happy with how well it turned out.
I agree.
Yeah. I think the physical wound could have maybe used a little more bloody effects to it, because
I didn't see any blood.
There's like a small trickle coming from one.
It's very well blended in with the darkness.
Yep.
Yeah, the darkness really. This is one of those, darkness kind of takes away from it thing. There's like
hello,
one trickle
darkness,
of blood.
my old friend.
I'm coming you again. It could have done with because again, gonna keep going back to it. We cut a man in half in the first episode. I don't see why we can't add a little bit more blood to 3 shoulder stab wounds. Like, did we lose all the budget making the Arlong pirates?
Probably.
We couldn't afford any more
honestly.
fake blood packets. What happened? Just break out some ketchup. We can improvise here. Ketchup's like $2. If you buy the store brand, it's easy. But I digress. Little things. little things they fuck up here and there.
Yeah, and like I think so I've only listened to the first 2 podcast episodes for this so far, but I think it was Funky said it really well when he said that there's a lot of little things and I could be really nitpicky about them, but like none of them are deal breakers. Like it's still like good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But-
Dylan, replay that.
What you mean? Devin affirming that the One Piece is good in any capacity.
Exactly.
I said it like 5 times.
Dylan, isolate all those sound bites. We're gonna make a super cut.
Look how far he's grown, my children.
We're gonna make a remix, and it's gonna be like the new the techie. Oh, it's Twilight and God.
This is gonna go extremely well once we start watching the actual anime again, and Devin reverts back to oh god, especially with the way we're gonna end up watching
Justin, by the way, because of where we're going.
Yeah, well, the way it's not. It's the way we're going.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
The way we're going.
The way we're going is the tragedy here. The potential tragedy. Oh, do you not? We're instead. So you know how we've been doing the One Piece episodes.
Oh yeah, you're watching the.
We're gonna watch the actual episodes now. So we're gonna.
The whole reason why One Piece exists.
Yeah. Like one of the first couple of arcs, if not the first. I forget exactly now where they started, but. Very early on in their careers, so who knows? We'll see. I'm going to reserve as much judgment as possible. I know Devin's already unhappy about it.
This arc is probably going to be rough, honestly, but I love it, and I watched it like 4 times anyway, so it's fine.
You're a masochist.
You were about to call me a sadist.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. You're an insane person, I think. You and Brendan both.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, Brendan.
No, you're going to summon him. All right. We kind of delved into it a little bit already, but does anyone have any further quotes?
Honestly, no. I think we've nailed everything, honestly.
I do, actually. Did you have some, Christian?
I kind of don't either. I went through most of this without really writing down any quotes because I knew that we would end up talking about the ones that I cared about in the first place.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like we talked about most of what I had, but I have 2 more if you want to hear those.
Absolutely, I do.
So flashback.
Dylan, edit in some flashback noises here.
It's when Belmere is like, I want to use that money for my daughters instead. And Nami and Nojiko, it's just like, you don't have to do that. You could lie. And Belmere is just, you're my daughters, and I would never deny that.
Very good.
I just love that. And then the follow-up, right after it all, and after Nojiko tells them the story, Zoro is like, she told you to leave, Luffy. And Luffy just looks at him and smirks and goes, so did you.
That was good.
He did get him with that.
Yeah, he got him good.
Oh, I guess I also have Helmet Boast. Of all the things I thought you'd say, that wasn't even on the list. Anyway.
All right. So with that out of the way, we've got a very important awards.
Wait. I do remember one more quote, but I don't remember if it was in episode 7 or in the other ones, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Go on.
Which is every single time that Zoro talks about Sanji, he calls him the waiter.
Yeah. I think that definitely bleeds into this episode.
Fucking love that bit.
Yeah, because it does bleed into this episode because
from his perspective, yeah, that is the case. He didn't see him cooking the meal. He didn't see any of that. He was just the
he also
waiter.
knows that it bugs Sanji to be called the waiter.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think this episode, like the very opening scene, it's like our first little Zoro and Sanji like back and forth tiff, and I'm like,
the moss head. Yeah, the moss head and the waiter joke.
Yep, we get our first moss head introduction.
Yeah, it's great.
It was good. But all right, with that done, we have a very important award to give out. I need nominations for the golden ham of the episode, baby.
Nami. I'm just gonna say it's Nami.
Panda. I'm gonna hold my nomination.
I am conflicted because Nami was really good, but once again, like Luffy in Yakigadoi is doing such a good job as Luffy.
So I wholeheartedly agree. I've been advocating for him to get a golden ham from the first episode, and he still hasn't gotten one, which is criminal. But I kind of have to agree with Devin here.
Nami.
I think Nami being the focus of these episodes, I mean, it's kind of cheating because she's the focus of the episodes. But I think that despite she's supposed to be, and she does. What is her first name is Emily, the actress, Emily Rudd, right?
Yeah.
I think. Fantastic job. Insane job of acting out Nami in all these scenes, and the facial expressions that she's able to pull off where you can so clearly see the confliction hiding behind her eyes whenever, she tells them off in the beginning of the episode, like, fuck off, I this is my problem, I'm doing this my way.
I don't need any of you.
Yeah, I don't need any of you.
And she looked like she was about to.
And she turns around. She has a brave face on for them, and she turns around. She looks like she's about to bawl at any given second. And even before
she's a phenomenal actress.
And even before that, this also might be. It's definitely episode 6 because she calls Zoro her friend several times, and she's so worried about him before the fight, and then when he's laying on the bed, and she's talking to him. Okay, actually, wait, I have to go back to episode 6 because of this. I remembered it now. Did you recognize the story? Did you hear the story she was telling Zoro? I really hope I'm sure they covered it last week, so I'm not going to harp on it.
I really hope that we get Eneru face.
If we can get that far in the show, I will be so happy for that. But sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say with Nolan the liar, the way she kept hesitating because they kept talking about death and execution, and she kept hesitating and looking at him
like, fuck.
Yeah. Death, execution, and Nolan the liar, as a very known liar as well. So
irony at its finest.
I think it's an impeccable choice by the people who made this show.
Yeah.
To have that be a thing. But anyway,
I feel like it would have been funnier if Usopp was reading the story.
See, it would have been funnier, I agree, but it wouldn't have had the same emotional impact.
It wouldn't have had the impact.
All of this to say, returning to this episode, that I think Nami deserves the golden ham more than Luffy does this time.
I can agree with that.
Which I think makes her the first repeat. It makes her the first 2-timer and probably the only 2-timer. Because if what happens next episode goes anywhere near according to the anime,
we have to give it a Luffy.
She won't. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to go. I'm gonna fight for Luffy no matter what happens, because I think it'll be criminal if we escape the One Piece live action review and have him not get a golden ham a single time.
But what if I raise you a hammer?
I will avidly deny it. I will deny its very existence. In fact, I hope it doesn't exist just for that reason.
You take that back.
I will not.
You take that back.
I won't.
You take it back right now.
I won't,
Say
because if it
right
exists,
now.
you won't be on my team next episode, and I need as many teammates as I can get for this.
What if it was just a meme? I went with seriously with the hammer, well, not the hammer. That
would work. I can deal with that.
Okay, now take it back.
Okay, I take it back. There better be hammer next episode.
There better be
hammer next episode. Oh, I can't lie.
That is the most important thing in my entire life.
It has to. For the fight that he has to get engaged in.
I hope make or break this show for me.
All right. That's enough of that part. Panda, I'm gonna slightly speed run through these questions.
Oh, okay.
We're moving on to the part of the show where instead of focusing on the anime, we're going to focus on you, our guest, just a little bit here. Because obviously you are a patron of our Discord, and all of our guests so far, minus Juan, right? Just Juan. Yeah, minus Juan, who we already do. Everybody else is a lovely Discordian. I don't know what you guys are called. That we've invited here. And we're trying to highlight you guys' unique opinions by having you on here. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, both unrelated and related to One Piece, and you're going to answer them because you love us, and we also won't invite you back ever again if you don't answer them. Got it?
Then I'll stop giving you sticker designs for your merch store.
Oh,
Oh, she's spoiling the social plugs for later.
I know. Anyway.
All right. Okay, fine. You can come back, even if you don't answer these questions. But I'm still going to ask
her
you.
This time, I dragged her in.
That is true.
Yeah,
Stop ruining the illusion, Devin. Anyway,
continuity is important.
Panda,
Yeah.
something not One Piece related that you are currently obsessed about. That's not Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I was about to say, I think we already answered that.
Yeah, I know, but I want something that's not Baldur's Gate.
Okay, not Baldur's Gate.
Or the fan art.
She's like, there's other things that exist that besides Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, work,
right?
Baldur's Gate.
Let's go with... it's tangentially related to Baldur's Gate, I guess. Just because Baldur's Gate is D&D, and I'm really thinking about Pathfinder characters and stuff lately, like tabletop RPG stuff.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm attempting to plan a campaign, and I've been listening to Critical Role ever since I watched the Vox Machina show, which I love.
The animated thing?
Yeah, I've watched it 6 times already now.
Oh, so you're a serial rewatcher too. It wasn't even just One Piece.
No, I wasn't.
Technically, she's going into the source material now.
Yeah. I finished the Vox Machina campaign, and I'm in the middle of the Mighty Nine campaign, and I saw that Mighty Nine is also getting an Amazon show. So,
that's cool.
So yeah, I really enjoy. Can I just say, Matthew Mercer is a fucking god.
He is.
All of his voices, all of his things, the shit he comes up with on the fly. Liam O'Brien basically made him come up with a description for a porn store. Yeah.
But medieval.
That happened.
Yeah, it happened.
That's
Tusk
awesome.
Glove.
Yes.
Oh, God. I hate it.
Oh, what was the one that was something with the crick, and then, Tusk Glove. Oscar. Forward to something to Jester, and she's like, not right now, Oscar.
Yeah.
So yeah, Critical Role.
Cool.
It's great. Is it Thursday yet?
It is Thursday. We're recording this on a Thursday.
Oh God, I bet they're actively streaming right now.
Ooh.
Anyway,
I've thought about many times starting to listen to one of their campaigns. I don't know if I'd start from the first one, but
in my opinion, the first one's hard to jump into.
Especially because it's already been going for a year or something by the time they start streaming it.
It doesn't start from the beginning.
And it is just in the middle of being converted from Pathfinder.
If you, from what I understand, I mean, I've looked at it on Spotify. It exists from the beginning on Spotify, just on 2 different Spotify feeds or channels.
So they didn't start streaming it and recording it until they were a good chunk of the way into their campaign.
Yeah, they were level 7, 8, 9.
So even the first episode that's listed on streaming sites is not okay. I see.
Yeah,
that's
why it's a little bit harder to get into, because there's a lot less context as to what the hell's happening. That, and there's also some politics that happen in the show, which a person excuses themselves permanently forever.
Yeah.
And nobody misses them because they were
you're talking about one of the players.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, I think I remember hearing about something like this.
Yeah. So that's why the Mighty Nine is much easier to get into, because it starts from the very beginning.
And isn't it much shorter?
From what I could tell, I believe it is.
Because I think there's only 29 episodes of it or something.
No, there's 80, I thought.
Is there?
Yeah, I think they're both, or that one. Yep. None of them are below 50 episodes. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, there's 80 episodes, I want to say. Well, I think the most recent one was the shortest one.
Are they on campaign 4 now?
I think they're on.
Or are they still on
now?
3?
I thought they were still on 3.
I don't
Not sure.
know.
The funny thing is, before I got into listening to it, I was just on Twitch looking for something to watch one night, and I don't remember anything about it, but I did somehow just randomly catch the very first episode of campaign 3 live.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
I remember watching at least half of it, because it was the introduction to Laura Bailey's and not Ashley, the Mergeray's characters.
Okay.
That's fun.
Yeah, I only watched the VODs for them, I think.
Yeah.
I just, for me, it's hard to get into it because watching someone, like watching the narrative aspects, like when they're like role playing, I love watching that. But watching them play D&D is boring to me.
It's really good listening on the podcast version while I'm doing monotonous work at work.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah,
I agree.
That is my answer to the question. RPG, tabletop RPG stuff, D&D Pathfinder.
Yeah, I said I was going to speedrun these questions, and then we spent 8 minutes talking about Critical Role.
This
I love
is
it.
Your fault.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No.
I welcome it. So
how much of this is getting cut?
Probably none of it. Dylan tends to not do much of his job these days.
Yikes!
Like all those requests we made earlier, will go on unheard. It will unheard. But speaking of unheard advice, if you could request Oda change one thing about the story and he could not deny you, what would you ask for?
Please be Sanji dying. Please be Sanji dying. Please be Sanji dying.
I'm not you, despite the fact that
technically that's originally Christian's thing.
Well, I'm neither of you, but
would it be more character focused, or kind of the direction the show took, maybe, or sort of the setting they took on?
Like, I guess the only thing like the story wise would just be like more serious from the start, because I really like when it gets serious, but like I also like some of the funky, goofy moments. So I can't really say there's definitively anything I would change, because I love One Piece. I binged 823 chapters in 2016 and I haven't looked back. But let's just say I could do with significantly less Foxy.
Me too. Me
Amen.
fucking too, sister. Thank you.
I can't.
Hashtag removes paralysis demons.
Finally, someone who can agree with us.
Oh, I've never liked Foxy. Like, I appreciate
excellent
what
you're my
he's
favorite
there
person
for, I guess. But like, particularly in the anime, they added a whole extra set of games or something that I don't think was in the. But
I feel like I vaguely remember that being told to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it was obnoxious and I hate it.
Same.
But
big fucking thing.
Same.
There was the chapter title picture for that chapter 210, 310 foreshadow events from one of the most recent arcs. So that's great. And that was, 17 years in advance or some bullshit like that.
Wild the way his mind works.
So
if you had any sort of advice for people that were going to pick up One Piece because of the adaptation, what wisdom might you impart on them?
Yeah, what would you tell my mom?
What would you tell Devin's mom?
So specifically Devin's mom, that the wild reactions do lessen in the anime. They're not as bad, and it gets more serious further on. But I would honestly, if people want to get into One Piece following the release of the live action, 100% I would recommend reading the manga. No filler. Well, there's stuff that feels like filler, obviously, because you have to get from one place to the other.
Mm-hmm. Like the Foxy arc.
Yeah.
Yep, Foxy.
But the manga is just, honestly, as long as you know how to read manga and can get through it, that is the quickest option. Because I definitely, I mentioned I binged 823 chapters in 2016.
You did. It's true. How long did that take you?
11 days.
Yeah, it really doesn't take that long to binge manga in comparison to...
Yeah.
Should also point out, that was my senior year of college. I was in midterms of my final semester.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Nice. Well, you made it out.
No.
Yeah. And the semester before the year before, I had binged Naruto during finals. So
nice. You're just
the manga or the anime?
The manga.
Something's got to relieve the tension of those weeks.
It took me about 6 weeks, I think, to binge One Piece up to episode 1015.
Jesus. You watched from episode 1 to episode 1015 in 6 weeks?
I think so.
Wait, didn't 1015 happen last year? Are you...
Yeah.
So you just hadn't watched the anime until last year? Is that what you're saying?
So where you are right now, somewhere roughly episode 630, I think is where you guys are. Is that right?
That sounds roughly where we're at, yeah.
I had watched up to that point at least 3 times because I was watching it with a friend and reading it ahead on my own. But like our schedules no longer aligned. We never were watching it. So I'm like, I found you as like, hey girl, can I just watch it? And she's like, sure, go ahead. And then I binged. Yeah.
I see.
Like,
that makes more sense.
Yeah. We do it bi-weekly or weekly.
Yeah.
Every day. I could see how that.
Right. But like, I think 6 weeks is still insane. Like, that's still a lot.
Other thing is,
clinically,
I
insane.
did a lot of playing it as background noise while I was doing other things, especially the early like 600 episodes where I'd already seen it multiple.
So you're team dub then, is what I'm hearing.
No.
Oh, right. You're taking Japanese lessons on Duolingo. That's right. You understand.
No, it's a matter of like, I understand like a tiny bit where I can glance up and take 2 minutes to watch what's happening on screen and be like, that's where you are. But like, I can understand a little more now. So I bet I would have a better time understanding. But yeah. Anyway, just manga. The manga will definitely be faster if you want to get into One Piece and catch up. If you like reading manga, then it's definitely do that. There you go. Sorry for ruining your speedrun intentions of these questions.
I gave up on it after the first question. It's fine. I love hearing people's answers to some of these questions. My unsolicited advice is start a One Piece podcast and rope a few of your friends into it.
Yeah.
You know, I have considered that, but then I realized that there are already so many of them, and I am both a Patreon supporter of the specific one and a not exactly active member of the Discord, but a member of the Discord. And I listen to it. Lately, I've been letting like 2 or 3 episodes build up and then binging them. But, there's already so many One Piece podcasts.
You're right.
Would not be able to bring anything new to the One Piece podcast realm.
Right. You've got other things on your plate. I understand.
Understandable.
One final question, though, for you before I release you from this interview hell. Is Shanks a horrible, no good, bad person for indoctrinating these poor children into a life of crime? No. What do you mean? Look how shitty Luffy's life was. He almost died because of Shanks.
And it wasn't Shanks' fault.
Sure it was. He got him into pirating. That's the root of the problem.
And he got him into like doing what you want when you want. He got him into like
insubordination.
Freedom. Sort of. Like why does that feel familiar? Did someone already say that?
What, freedom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
William Wallace did.
Probably in the show, actually.
No, I feel like one of the cats might have said the same answer to that question.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
But like, he just got Luffy to want to fight for what he wants. Also, if you hear a cat meow, I apologize, but she's being a terror.
I did not, but I would love to hear it.
Meow.
Are you gonna meow?
No. I heard it.
So it's
meow, meow.
She chirped. Wait, do you believe? Okay. She's on my desk now.
We don't have another supporter here, Devin. I tried, but she wasn't willing to play ball with this Shanks boat. So
you can only do so much.
We'll just have to try next time. Go on. Are you ready to change your stance already? We welcome you with open arm. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
cookies.
Shanks's choice to indoctrinate them into a life of crime. He just existed, and Luffy decided, hey, yo, this guy's cool. That's not Shanks' fault.
But also, all I'm saying is he gave him the straw hat that is clearly this symbol that has been passed down from person to person and finally has ended up in Luffy's hands.
I'm seeing a pattern.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence anymore when it happens like 3 or 4 times in a row is all I'm saying.
I don't think he's a bad person for that.
All right, well, that remains yet to be seen. They'll know one day. Live action only watchers will know. But all right, that's it for that. Thank you for indulging my questions.
Yeah.
Did you have something? Did you started saying something?
Oh no, someone just did something funky in the question list, and I was like, "What did you do?"
I'll find out what that is later. But first, got to shout out our boy at this moment in time, Twiggo.
Twigo.
Patreon shout out of the week, of the month, of the forever of my lifetime. I will never forget the name Twigo for as long as I live. I'll be on my deathbed and I'll be like, don't forget that like and subscribe.
All my
and thank
treasure
Twigo
is underneath Twigo.
is belong to Twigo.
all my treasure came from Twigo.
And it's now in the Grand Line.
And my grandchildren will be like, what the fuck's a Twigo? Is that like a new toy? But Twigo, thank you very much. You're a hero. Moving on to the grab bag of
And
the
since
week.
you're the guest, you get to stick your hand in.
I know what you've
Put your
done
hand
with
in the
these
bag.
bags.
Put it in.
Do you
Why?
though?
This is the way.
Am I going to lose fingers?
This is the way.
All right, I'm not looking. All right, it's in. It got fuzz. Why is there something mold?
Devin, did you forget to wash
What?
the bag again? You left it out
Hey,
in
I
the
didn't
rain,
have
didn't you?
It wasn't me.
Rain doesn't wash the bag, Devin.
I didn't have the bag last.
That's probably true, actually. Brendan probably had the bag with the other two last week. What did he leave it? He left it out in the rain. Rat bastard. All right,
'Cause I
well,
didn't do anything to the bag this time.
was there at
That
least
the
something in there for you to
surprise.
grab? Like,
Yeah, it's really soggy,
ugh,
but
moss. Maybe it's moss.
okay, I've got it here. It's like
Okay.
carb. Would it carb? I don't know.
Magikarp? Oh, it's probably garb.
Oh, yeah.
But it should say somewhere on there what we're doing with him.
Yeah,
Like, what,
let me.
could be career day or
It's on.
probably not career day. We just did that.
It's on the back. It's who's that? Hickman?
Oh, I hear that game was pretty good.
So
Never
have
tried
I,
it
but
myself
I've
personally.
never played it.
Me neither. I'm not a. Oh, you know what? It's probably Devin's thing.
Oh, right. Who's that Pokemon?
Right.
Yeah, probably that.
Pikmin's garbage anyway.
Magic. So since we now know that it's Pokemon and our choice this week is Garp, I'm going to go off with my first initial thought of a Pokemon for him, which is Magikarp. Because I just want to hear a Magikarp go, Magikarp.
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 Hey.
Do you have something, Panda? This is another fascinating part of Panda's personality.
Yeah, I picked this one to make myself suffer because I don't go here. I know a very limited number of Pokemon. I've only ever tried to play one Pokemon game, and I've watched like some of the anime here and there. Not,
So you're a professional.
yeah, totally.
She's an expert, in fact.
Totally. So I'm looking at this, I'm seeing Garp and like Magikarp, haha. But I don't go here, so I don't have any specific Pokemon in mind at the moment. So I'm probably going to ask my good friend Uncle Google. But I'm
I
thinking
love that guy. Uncle
Of a-
Google's the best.
height. Like
Yeah.
I feel like Garp gives me steel fighting vibes.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
That's like almost right on the nose, I'd say.
Do you know any steel fighting types off the top of your head?
No. Oh, actually, no, wait, no, that's a lie. I think I want to say Lucario is.
Is Lucario?
Is he considered steel?
I want to say Lucario is part steel. Lucario Pokemon. All right, I lied. He's fire fighting. Well, the fire part is probably in his Omega form or whatever it is, but he's grounded fighting, I think.
There's a lot of ground.
Wait, no, those are no. I'm an idiot.
Psychic.
I'm an idiot. No, I'm an idiot. Those were his weaknesses. He's totally fighting in steel. I nailed it.
Oh, wow.
I'm
And
so
he looks
good
like
at
a
this.
dog, too.
And he kind of looks like a dog. Holy shit.
Was that your original pick, or did you
No,
have...
not even a little bit.
Okay, so I totally picked that on purpose. Yeah,
God,
Lucario.
you're so good at this.
I knew we brought a professional in.
There are definitely tons of steel fighting Pokemon, but Lucario is got to objectively be the best one, I think. So feeding off of the dog aspect of it, just because he wears the hat and everything like that, there's a Pokemon evolutionary line that ends in this really regal looking dog, like the Queen of England would have owned this dog. It's called Stoutland. Which and if you Google it,
look this up.
Yeah, if you Google Stoutland, I think this is perfect. I think this Pokemon is so excellent for Garp because you can make the Scotland parallel.
Oh my god, it's Garp.
You can make the Scotland parallel. There's also just the old grizzled looking, like that dog looks like he's seen some shit.
He's definitely witnessed a world war.
Absolutely. Which is a far cry from the previous evolutions because they look a lot cuter, if I remember correctly. Been a while since I at least the base form. I don't remember what their names were.
I bet his bark sounds like Woof.
Okay, Herdier. Okay, so it goes Lillipup, Herdier into Stoutland. Lillipup, adorable. Herdier actually has a bit of like early grizzle to him, but not like Stoutland does. Stoutland is regal and just so. But the only unfortunate part is that he's only a normal type, so the typing kind of doesn't match up here. But aesthetically speaking, I think Stoutland is awesome.
He fits definitely.
He's also his like Pokemon all have like an epitaph of sorts. He's the big-hearted Pokemon, which I think is also very applicable to him. But that's
there's a photo that just says "good boy" with an arrow pointing at Stoutland.
You're goddamn right he is. Garp, he's good guy is he's an okay guy. He's made some questionable decisions. He's made some questionable decisions. But that's it. We did it. We made it to the end of another episode. Thank you to the audience for sitting through this, whatever this was. I had fun. We had fun, right?
I offer y'all my most sincere apologies for dragging everything out.
No, it's fine. Every episode has ended up this way. We get to the hour mark.
Since we're going with the southern twang of things, I guess I'll do the ending social plugs in this kind. You could follow us on Instagram and Twitter and X. I don't know what it is.
It's still Twitter.
At pandasightings@gmail.com. Wait, that's not right. That's the email. Anyways, you figure it out. There's links below. You could also find our Discord server in those links below. Come on in here, throw some hay everywhere. I don't know. Do your own thing. We got a tree.
Do we do that now?
And we have a tree that we grow.
I know about the tree, but the hay.
It's called the sun tree.
We bale hay now too.
We could.
I really don't want to. Baling hay is so much work.
It is.
If there's points behind it though.
Like
and
what
a
kind
leaderboard?
Of point? Oh, absolutely. You'll catch me in there every goddamn day then.
There we go. We just got to find a bot for it. Then, also, if you want to financially support us, you can find our little Patreon down in that link tree below as well. And also, we have some merch that I'm officially allowed to say stuff about, even though we did it last week, apparently. So yeah, we have a merch store with stickers like the legendary pickled left foot. Or
Rest
is it right
peace.
Foot?
I don't know that we've ever. Well, it's his right foot, right?
It's right.
His right foot is missing.
Yep.
It's Redfoot Zeph's pickled right leg. It looks great. I wonder who drew that.
Oh,
We
knew someone.
If only I could extend my most sincere thanks for the beautiful artwork. Panda, you okay? You got a cough?
I got just a tickle in my throat.
Oh, okay.
Something exposure.
Oh no! You can't do this to her. You can't do this to her. Okay. Our lovely guest, A Panda here, drew all of them, or most of them.
Most of them.
Most of them.
Shosop, Redfoot Zeph's pickled leg, and
Sailor
Sailor
Zoro.
Zoro.
Okay, so we have lovely stickers, some of which drawn here by the lovely A Panda. We are forever in her debt, ever grateful. They are awesome. They are delicious. They're gorgeous. You can get them in sticker form. You can also put them on various other products, such as a mug or a water bottle.
I can't wait to have Redfoot Zeph's pickled right leg on a coffee mug.
That You can just imagine you're drinking the pickle brine straight from the source every morning, giving you
That's what I
life.
should get a tattoo of. Just a jar with that photo.
I should
Do
just
it.
tattoo
I
his
dare
pickle leg.
you.
I'm going to tattoo Redfoot Zeph's pickle leg on my right leg.
Yo, we could get samesies ones.
Okay, but that's enough about us. Panda, please tell the kind folks at home where they can find you and all of your work.
Yo, you can generally find me on any social media except for the fact that I'm really bad at social media, but I'm there. Panda 013. That's the best. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we do it. And everything.
I exist. I breathe in the Discord occasionally.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend a lot of time there, actually.
Yeah, apanda013 pretty much anywhere. Instagram, Twitter. I think that's also my Patreon and Tumblr. I made a new one I haven't used.
People still go on that?
Tumblr's like live still?
Yeah, people went back to it because of Elon Musk.
Tumblr Renaissance.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what happened. Like when I went to make this new account with this name, I was lagging so bad because servers were being so overloaded by everyone flooding back to it.
Oh no.
Like it was so funny. But yeah, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Patreon. Yeah, I'm there. I do art. I stream video games sometimes.
A lot of Baldur's Gate.
I've not actually streamed any Baldur's Gate because I'm trying to enjoy it myself first.
That's fair.
But I'm thinking that maybe I'll take and make another completely new character and do another run on my Twitch as well once I'm done. But I'm literally still in Act 1. I just got the game last week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, kind of same actually. Although I've had it for about a month. I'm just too goddamn busy.
Meanwhile, I'm over here in Act 3 all by myself, making my third character, new ports.
Another friend of mine who also goes by Panda.
Is it just you, but with a mustache on or something?
It's me,
Don't call
but
him
a
out.
guy that lives in a different country.
It's you, but you're a bush.
Yeah, exactly.
that was the bush I was meant to grab.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you missed. Yeah, he was like, "Are you gonna play with us?" And I'm like, "I cannot afford this." And he's like, 2 minutes later, he was like, "Check your Steam." And I'm like, "Oh, shit."
God.
So
What a homie.
yeah. Anyway,
Cool. Well,
I do
that's
stuff sometimes. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You were lovely.
Always.
Devin,
Thank you.
go put the not a bush back where you found it now.
You.
No.
Out. Out. Get.
What if I don't want
Go
to
get.
leave now?
No. Go.
No.
I don't have room for another human. The bush was already going to be more than I could afford.
And we can't even afford the bush.
Yeah, I can barely afford myself.
How are you going to afford Brendan's hot tub?
Oh, there's always room in the budget for a hot tub,
They're always
especially
budget.
when it's to spite Brendan. I'll do
I
just
accounted
about
for
anything
it.
for spiting Brendan. Oh, right, because you're an accountant guy.
I work at a gas station.
Now you're sounding like an accountant. And cut.